The man was ordered to complete an arms deal. When he opens the box, there's nothing there. The man played a series of non-physical operations on the spot. The man made gestures and movements to take the gun from the box. Then he started to simulate the action of loading and pulling the bolt of the gun. The man also played handsome to the buyer's men. After completing a series of non-physical performances, he puts the non-existent gun back into the case, and then closes the case, and reached for the buyer's money. His maneuvering confused the buyer and the bearded man accompanying him. The man asks to shake the buyer's hand as if the transaction is over. The next moment the buyer realizes he's been tricked and gets angry. The atmosphere in the restaurant was heavy. The buyer's bodyguard rushed into the restaurant and opened fire. The man was so scared that he fell to the floor. The buyer's bodyguards are so powerful and have such a strong legacy. The man had to push over the table to protect himself. Luckily, the bearded man had a gun on him and could fight back. The man was so excited to see the gunfight in the restaurant. The bearded man threw a pistol to the man. When the man was ready, he jumped out. He fired at the enemy in front of him. The bearded man, who was hiding under the cabinet, was dumbfounded. The man was in the middle of a lively fight when his gun suddenly ran out of bullets. When the buyer saw this, he got up and fought back. The man asked the bearded man for weapons. The response was no more. With no bullets, the two men are overwhelmed by the buyer. At that moment, one of his men came out with a submachine gun. The man saw this and grabbed the gun. He started his moment of glory. The buyer and his men were beaten to a standstill. The man charged forward with the submachine gun. The victimized buyers had a hard time to say. The next moment, the man went straight to the table. The buyers have no choice but to run for their lives. The man was on top of the table and he opened fire. The buyer disappears in a flash. The muzzle of the gun is still hot from the prolonged firing, but the man calmly lights a cigarette with it. When the bearded man was safe, he looked at the buyer's money. He realizes that they used fake money to settle the bill. The bearded man realized the man was prepared for the buyer's scam.